Aloha and welcome to today's episode of Mystimon Saga. Um, was I ready? Welcome back to Mystimon Saga, a world like no other where people must live alongside and with mystical creatures, and where magic comes alive, under siege by forces beyond and within. I am your host, GM Seth, aka Seth R. Mitchell, and I am today once again joined by our players, Binary, Psy, Twilight, Shadow, and L. Welcome back, L.
What's going on, guys? Sorry we're late. Our DM wouldn't stop making jokes.
I think you meant as in like we could stop making jokes, Bastille.
No, it was all Seth. It was all Seth.
It was all
Seth.
Seth.
I agree.
Yes, it was all me.
Cthulhu was Seth's idea.
It was only you who brought it up in the first place, son.
They don't have to know.
Anyways.
Can I just step into another dimension?
Anyways, when we last left our investigators, rather, you guys had just woken up in the morning and started getting things together, finally, because this was the day, finally, that you were going to head out to Evergreen City in Olympus. And Ada, I believe, was preparing some sort of ritual. I have no idea what.
Oh, well, it was on our trip there, and it was a hailing ritual that we had figured out in the past.
Okay. Rank 1, so it's a level 2. I'm going to give you the...
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out the DC now. Okay, I know the DC now. Anyways, everyone got together. Everyone got stuff together, and you all packed into the airship and flew down to Emerald Port. You know why you flew down to Emerald Port, not directly to Evergreen City? It's because there's some rules, some temporary rules surrounding the events, the championship games. No airships are allowed in the airspace around Evergreen City temporarily because of some safety concerns regarding other things going on there. So, you finally made it to Evergreen City. And as you piled into port and took in the city, you took in the kind of Greek-inspired architecture, you met a woman, a Gelvard woman, who looked similar to Sarah Ariane, both long black hair, and her eyes were dark. Much darker than Sarah's. And there was some stern words between her and Sarah. And it turns out that this woman was Arinel, Sarah's cousin. And, Sai, I believe you kind of struck a little bit of a... I wouldn't say friendship, but acquaintance, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Ron has struck up a little bit of an acquaintance with Arinel. As Floor, Sarah's wife, took it upon herself and brought you along because she wanted to try to figure out what was going on between Arinel and Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
He got a little bit of the story, but he didn't get the entire story. as soon as Arinel found out that Kiri had died in the Battle of Konaset, she it really upset her. It visibly upset her, and she stomped out of there and was like, you're probably up shit creek and trying to settle things, resolve things between her and Sarah. And you also met a saber-toothed woman by the name of Elsa, who was playing some pranks with her ice magic on some people. And she Ira kind of struck up a bit of a friendship with her right away. Because she's also an ice sorceress, and she told Elsa about how she had turned the Pharaoh's palace into an ice palace. And you were also informed by you met up with Lady Fiore, who is actually also running for representative for Olympus for council. Elsa is also running for Zalamba representative for the council. And Lady Fiore wanted to, after giving you all some nice gifts. By the way, Soma received Lucky Kitchen Witch as her gift from Lady Fiore.
What is that?
You can go ahead and look it up on Aeon.
Okay, I'll do that later. Thanks.
Lucky Kitchen Witch. I have no idea why OneNote does that. That's just something that OneNote does. I have no idea why. So, Lady Fiore asked if she could borrow your assistance, because there is a matter revolving around the primal wood. There's a matter involving the primal wood. It turns out a couple of years ago, actually a few years ago at this point, the Hidden Archives, actually the Spirit Bureau back then, had visited Evergreen City previously to look into a case involving the primal wood. The story goes that the primal wood is haunted by a very powerful spirit called the Primal Witch. And reportedly, people have gone missing in the primal wood for ages. But anyone that you would ask around here, there's not really a whole lot of suspicion around the primal wood as there is with the shadow wood. The primal wood is very different. People kind of look at the stories around the primal wood as kind of like boogeyman stories. And they tell these stories to kids to scare them. That's kind of all that it is to a lot of people. But there is a man who has now been hospitalized in a mental hospital in Evergreen City because, in fact, actually, the Spirit Barrow back then had come here to help this man, Ruva, to find his sister who was reportedly lost in the Primal Wood. His sister was named Arya. And apparently he's been raving about how he's figured it all out and keeps screaming that Arya is not in fact dead, that she is alive. But nobody believes him. They all think that these are simply the ravings of a madman. But there has been some strange goings on with the Primal Wood as of late that leads to some concern for Lady Fiore. And Soma, previously you had actually found this really old and delicate journal in the library at the branch house. It's very, very, very old and very delicate. And you've always been very gentle with it, but it's been a bit of an interest for you. Because it tells the story of a woman who would later become the Primal Witch. And it includes some spells and rituals and incantations. And reportedly, according to some notes that you found in the journal from Bifrost, this journal actually belonged to the Primal Witch. So that's some interesting stuff that happened here. I look at that case as kind of a side case. You don't have to do it now. It is entirely your choice. It is up to you. So, we pick up from there. You are currently in Evergreen City. There was some stuff that happened in regards with Rat and him beating, very surprisingly, one of the original tribunal. But he seems to be well, not all there. So, that is where we pick up. Dare I ask, what are you doing on this wonderful morning on the second day? It's the next day. I'm going to do that. And you've got some scattered clouds, mostly clear. 24.4 C today. I'm sure some people are wishing there was actually that temperature where they are. So, what are you doing? I should.
Did we get an opportunity to talk to Boss Lady Crystal about like the Primal Witch case?
Do you get an opportunity to talk to Crystal? Sure.
Yeah,
That happened.
like as a group or is it just individually? Because I forgot if we actually did talk to Crystal. Because I remember before the session ended, we were on our way to talk to her about something. Because I remember that Bastille was worried that Xulgoth is sneaking around and that he's the reason for causing trouble in the
Yeah.
Primal Woods, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Basso was going to bring up the similarities between us in the last case and be like, hey, this might just be a big distraction. Like
Yeah.
it turned out to basically be last time.
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, would we be able to talk to her before the first day ends, or would we be able to talk to her in the morning?
You can talk to her in the morning, certainly.
Okay. Okay, then I guess once Soraya wakes up, he's gonna pitter patter his little feeties towards where Crystal hangs out.
Okay.
Basso was probably just waiting by her door for when she would arrive.
Okay. As she comes out of as she comes out of her room and sees you there, she kind of jumps back a moment, and then she's like,
Oh, no, he'd
But-
wait by her office door at least.
she doesn't have an office here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Yeah, we're in
good.
a tavern, remember?
Yeah. So, but she's like, but still, it is really creepy when you wait outside someone's room.
We had a question.
Okay. This couldn't wait until I got downstairs. Why?
I would not know when you come downstairs.
Oh my god.
Shall I go wait downstairs?
Yes.
Very well. You'll go downstairs?
Okay.
That's just, I guess. Yeah. Ram would be like,
Now that we've had the
up.
creepy robot scene this morning.
First of many.
When it's still around, not the first, probably won't be the last.
Mhm.
I think he's done things like that before. Soma, what are you doing this morning?
I think Soma is downstairs, probably in the main room. If there are other guests staying in this inn, probably chatting with some of them. Just kind of, being friendly, asking
Yeah.
people where they're from.
Yeah. So
Playing
where-
cards with
Yeah.
people's kids, like whatever.
So where you're
Eating
staying right
forage.
now is the Wilted Tree Tavern, which sits on the outskirts of the city. It is this tavern and inn that kind of is, as the name would suggest, it kind of sits inside the trunk of a wilted tree. A very, very, very large wilted tree. And if you've been to Olympus before, you know that large trees like this, not uncommon here. And there are tons of families here. There's tons of people here. There's a lot of excitement surrounding the championship games. Everyone is excited for the championship games to get started. So you've been playing card games with kids, playing and having fun, just chatting with all kinds of people from all over the world. And someone that you meet is actually a Vrock woman. And
No, don't make me talk with myself, Seth.
You can have her interact with my character.
Why don't you go ahead
can't
and
do that.
introduce your new summoner? You
Brad would be
you don't have to talk to. You don't have to
Seth,
talk.
it's the GM's responsibility to have two NPCs talk to each other and bear that pain.
Yeah, you can have her talk to Rad. He's in a corner drinking.
There's just a robot standing in a corner.
I don't know.
Rad
I
would
don't
be
know.
nearby Bastille drinking.
Would your new summoner be chatting with a drinking goblin in the corner?
I do think my new summoner would be more likely to chat with a drinking goblin than to chat with a woman who's being nice to children.
Okay.
Okay. What the
So go ahead and introduce your new summoner.
So I mean, I guess Seth, is Zoe staying here?
Yes, she is.
Okay. So I think Zoe is has probably been out late the night before, not necessarily carousing, but probably working. And doing a kind of carousing that qualifies as work. So she probably comes down just very bleary-eyed, and sees like the buffet table over on the side full of like families with children who are running around, who are very much in that tourist mode. They've got their walking shoes, their little hydration packs and everything.
Yep.
They're ready to go walk around the city, and she's just like, absolutely. And sees the table in the corner where there's just a goblin drinking like his life depends on it, and that like sort of ripple of silence that spreads out from somebody when there's that table that nobody else wants to sit at, and she's just like, yes, that's the table I'm going to go sit at. And she basically she goes over Rat towards where you are, and kind of kicks the chair out to the side, and says, "Is a seat taken?" And then just sits down in it, and waves over someone to bring her coffee, and then leans forward and sticks out her hand and says, "It's probably not very much of a stretch to ask what brings you here, but name's Zoe."
The seat is owned by the tavern.
What did you say, Binary? Can you repeat that?
The seat is owned by the tavern.
Actually, Bastille, the seat is actually open to the public, not the tavern. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, if you understand my meaning. Anyways, nice to meet you, my fine friend. He's gonna extend his hand and also shake Zoe's hand, like in like a firm, like polite way.
Yeah, you feel Zoe's hand is very calloused, like a strong calloused handshake. She has like long black hair that's been braided and put up, but like clearly hasn't been rebraided recently. Like there's like strands coming free, and you can see like in the back there's like some plant matter like stuck in it a little bit, and not necessarily like intentionally. She's wearing, what did I say she's wearing? She's wearing like honestly probably something basically she's actually wearing the like airship mechanic version of what Rad is wearing. Basically like that like leather vest, like loose pants instead of like riding chaps, because you're just like a cowboy, right?
Yeah.
like
Obviously, I
duster
have a
and caps. Like
yeah,
her
duster.
outfit is very similar, like rolled, like button-up shirt underneath a leather vest, knee-high boots that are like laced up, very like workday clothes, and they're clearly like worn in. And there's she's got kind of like scars on her arms, um, that look like claw scars, sort of things.
Like battle scars or just scars from like working in mechanical fields? Okay.
Yes to all of those.
Okay.
She's got a big gray in
So
her.
okay. So while shaking Zoe's hand, Red will give her like a quick once over, and then notice like how similarly dressed they both are, and just will say, "Looks like you got a mighty nice sense of fashion there, young lady." Tips hat.
Right back at you. I don't. How long you been in town?
About a day. Got here around yesterday morning, if I remember correctly.
Same thing. It's
And Bastille interrupted afternoon.
No, that still interrupts with the exact hours, minutes, and seconds.
Oh my no.
Yeah, well, my mechanical friend over here says.
Are you here just to watch the games then?
I well, he's gonna lean forward and whisper and just like, well, between me and you, I'm actually here to participate in the games, but I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in the spirit type of field. If you get my meaning.
She like leans forward when you say that, and so are you or aren't you interested in the games
On on the
or
surface,
in participating? I mean,
I wouldn't I wouldn't oppose to participating. And as he points to like he points to like a strange, like mechanical garbled mess that's on his hip. And he's like, I'm not opposed to having my gunfire here and there, but I'm just mostly here in the process of figuring out the spiritual matters. Because I hear that there's a place called the Shadow Woods and the Primal Woods that are haunted, and I'm what you may call a ghost hunter. I don't like the idea of spirits going out in the wild without being put into rest. That don't sit right with me.
interesting. I've been a little bit interested in getting out into the primal woods myself. I hear there's been tell of some really interesting creatures out there. But well, I do know some people. If you are interested in the games, I've been working the gladiatorial circuit myself for a few years now. But
The sign-ups are
but also,
free.
if you're interested, if you're heading out into the woods, I'd be interested in joining.
What did Basil say?
The sign-ups are free. Is there a reason they would need to go through you?
Oh, absolutely not. But there's some people who there's a couple of us who've gotten together to, make sure that things are set up fairly, that conditions are right. You know, it-
They do
Sounds
not.
like
just because something's set up for free doesn't mean that it's fair. If you know what that for the people involved, you know.
sounds like
about.
Right.
you might have been in you might know someone named Carrie Carmine. This is her name. Carrie Carmine is a pro battler. And she is also running for a council representative seat for Almana.
She's the one who we saw giving that one speech.
Yeah.
She wants to bring back the games in Almana.
Yep.
Okay. And once Rat hears the I guess essentially the dirty secrets of the championship games, is like, I didn't expect a highly respected games would play dirty with their participants, considering that there really is nothing to gain or lose during this part except for just fame and glory.
Is you don't think there's money changing hands all the time around here? Nah.
That is how a market works.
But a while
That
back,
is a how.
A bunch of us fighters, we got together to make sure that people betting on us couldn't strong arm us into doing things we didn't want to do.
So you guys, so there were setups to be paid to throw a game. Okay.
I can't say yay or nay to that. Contractually obligated not to, in fact. But
there's a what I'm gonna coin a goblin smirk on Rat's face when you say that. I hear you.
A toothy grin. A toothy grin meets it from Zoe.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Essentially, what we're going at is that sometimes protection needs to be had for the people on the bottom floor. I respect that about you, Zoe. Respect that a lot. And he nods his head and then tips hat.
If you hire protection for someone in a tournament fight, would that not disqualify them?
And Rad is going to explain the protection system. He's like, it's not like we're protecting the fighters. We're just giving essentially rights to the fighters. And then the explanation will go on.
Yeah, Carrie Carmine does lead a union for the Pro Battle League.
Zoe effectively, I think Zoe has 100% met Carrie in passing.
Yep.
Would vote for her if she lived in Almana.
Okay, so just as Crystal comes downstairs, this buff male Vrock warrior comes by you, Zoe, and you know him. You know that you know him in passing. You know his name is Vlorsting. Let me post that here. And he says he approaches you, Zoe, and kind of spits in your face and says, "Weak. You use their magic. You use creatures to fight for you. Weak. You remember not the Steel Lords, those who made us. They will return soon. Choose your side." How do you respond to him?
I think there is a from outside, there's kind of a there's a bit of a ruckus. The sound, something is going on outside. And Zoe just kind of calmly pulls out a handkerchief and looks at Vlorsting and then just casts prestidigitation to clean off the spit. And stands up and says, "Vlorsting, look, I know you were really, really bummed when I beat you at cards last night. But that doesn't mean you've got to cause a scene like this. Look, we've all got to be clean. Got to be you can't be a sore loser at the games this close to the games, buddy. And like real in his face, real condescending. But very pleasant about it.
Rat's gonna there's gonna be a tink as Rat elbows Bastille's shit and she's like, check this out, there might be a fight going on.
There has been no physical altercation so far.
Not
Vlorsting,
yet. Dig this.
Vlorsting says, "You cheat, you magic user."
Lorsting, just because I can count doesn't mean I cheat.
He walks away. And then Crystal comes up behind you and says, "Sorry about that, though you're probably used to that."
What, was he one of yours?
No.
Why
Obviously,
are you
he's
sorry?
one of those rocks that follow the Gola. Might even be part of the raiding parties that have been making their way through Olympus, and now even Almana and Highwind. Atlantia is soon to follow, no doubt. It's a situation
I've been dealing with that shit all my life. My pants were mechanics, not fighters.
It's a situation we in the Wayfinder Society have been monitoring for some time. I have adventuring parties dealing with them, but with reports I've been hearing and with what has been reported to me by our Wayfinders, I wouldn't be surprised if our hidden archives here, she motions to Rat and Bastille,
Waves.
have to deal with them sooner or later. No one can truly know what's going on within Gothican borders, but the reports have been indicating as of late some interest in the Void. Maybe another thorn on our side. I doubt they're working for Xulgoth, though. I doubt you know who that is.
No, I've been working the circuit around here for last several months, so can't say that name rings a bell. Is he on the circuit? Should I be keeping an eye out?
You should probably keep an eye out for him because he's a very, very dangerous man. But sending scouts into Gothica would be suicide, both politically and for the scouts. The Magi Guard hate me enough as it is. If only there was a way for us to find out exactly what's going on with the Empire. Could all of this be connected with the appearance of a Golan warship outside of Elman airspace several years back?
It's too funny not to, so as if on cue, Coldra is walking down the stairs.
I was really wondering. I was like,
I was waiting for the moment.
Yeah, so does Coldra happen to know anything about what's going on in Gothica's borders?
I imagine he's got some idea, but he doesn't overhear this conversation. He's just coming down the stairs.
Crystal,
So I have a question.
Crystal sees Coldra and says, "Hey," she motions you over.
He will.
And Zoe, do you react to seeing a Gola here?
yeah, you see, Rat and Bastille definitely see Zoe's eyes like go wide. She doesn't have like a wildly emotional reaction the way that probably Vorsting would. But she's kind of like she clearly immediately recognizes what this being is.
And Crystal asks Cauldra, question. Would you have any idea what is going on with the Empire and their reported interest in the Void?
So what would I know, if anything?
Make a society check. This is a check that only Cauldra can make.
Question.
Come on.
Can it be Golan lore?
Yes.
Okay. I only ask
Come
because
on.
I've got a higher proficiency in that.
You got this, big man.
Just
Our big
because
robot.
it truly can only help my chances, I'm going to use Dreamlike State to roll this with advantage. Well, the equivalent of advantage.
Okay.
37.
37. So, what you know is there has been some interest in the Empire with the Void for quite some time, actually dating back to the Second Age. From what you know, there was actually some things that happened in the Second Age that led to a very deep interest in void magic, in rituals, and in void terrors. You're not exactly sure what happened in the Second Age, but there was something that happened in the Second Age that led to this interest.
Would that possibly be one of the things that the person he is searching for was against?
You're not entirely sure.
Okay. I just mean, like, politically. Like, whether that becomes one of their, like, focal points of, like, I don't vibe with our people doing this.
It wasn't really so much a political matter as it was basically, think of it a little like I have any viewpoints on this. Think of it a little like the Nazis and their interest back in World War II with occult magic and things like that.
Okay. Well, for now, all he will say is, I do not know. Wait, no, that's Vestil.
I do not know why you would ask me, for I am simply an automaton.
To be like, hey, I probably shouldn't talk about Golan stuff in public.
Yeah, Crystal gets the hint, and she says, "Okay, later." So, and Zoe, what is your reaction to all this?
I think upon hearing Cauldra be like, I'm just well, I don't know what I would know about that. I'm just a simple country automaton. It's just like eyebrows creeping to the top of her forehead where they disappear under her goggles, and she's just like, okay.
Hey Zoe, we all got some secrets to hide, and sometimes we don't need to say things that are necessary to know in a setting where ears might be able to pick up. Tip's hat.
As you say that, Zoe kind of looks at you and taps the side of her nose. And a little cat comes in, a small fluffy Neko comes running in, and like stops at Zoe's foot, and Zoe just kind of leans down and picks him up and puts him over her shoulders like a weighted backpack.
So if the DM doesn't mind, I would like Zoe to make a society check. And I'll
Okay,
tell you why depending on what you roll.
go for it.
Let me find society.
Mhm.
I add nothing to that. A
You
nice
know nothing,
10.
Jon Snow.
I know nothing.
Never
Jon
mind.
Snow. I know the stories of my fathers and my father's
If you have
fathers.
Golan lore, you could
That's
potentially
it.
use that, but I was assuming you
Nope.
didn't have Golan lore.
I have legal lore.
I don't think legal's the one we're looking for here.
uh,
Sure.
yeah.
I got
Oh.
nature.
I'll message the DM to let him know what I was asking for, but I'm
What
pretty
the
sure
heck?
society is going to be the right one.
What the heck? It is the right one, but what the heck? Zoe's only trained in only has 3 skills. What the
You should
heck?
definitely have more skills.
I have more skills.
Just like
than
my
that.
character.
Just nothing relevant. I've only got 2 lore skills.
But why only athletics, nature, and diplomacy?
Because when should I have gotten anything else? Did I update her wrong?
You should probably have more skills. Let me check. Let me double check. Sorry, guys.
So you
Summoner,
get
summoner,
some
summoner,
skills
summoner.
from your Eidolon.
Get skills from my Eidolon?
Correct.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, what do I get from my Eidolon?
You get a skill increase at level 3. You get a skill increase at level 5. Skill increase at level 7. Skill increase at level 9. And skill increase at level 11.
Yes, those have all been applied. That's why I'm a master in 2 things.
And the Eidolon does actually add skills.
Correct.
Does it? How or where?
Let me find the exact thing, but
Yeah, like the Beast Eidolon has intimidation in nature, so Cheater Rex.
I didn't. Yeah, that was the. I think that was the issue because I didn't have the like specialty thing there. Maybe
Cheater
so it would
Rex.
depend on
acrobatics
what
and
Cheater Rex
nature.
would do.
Maybe.
Chearex partner should have acrobatics in nature.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it in 1.
Okay. So those.
So
okay. I see.
So because you would get nature anyways at level 1, go ahead and put another point somewhere
Another
else.
one into trained. I'll just put that into society. So that would have been
There
a
you go.
23.
There you go. So with the 23,
I'll let the DM decide if they think that's high enough.
I think it's high enough.
Okay.
You know that Zoe knows that Cauldra appears to be of the royal bloodline.
He's part of the royal line of some form.
Okay. Some form of the royal line. Which, yeah, Crystal got your meaning and was like, "Yep, yeah, you're right." Later,
Yeah. I just figure since this is Zoe's first time, it'd be as time as ever to potentially realize that.
yep. So, Ron,
Yeah.
for a moment this morning, I'm sure Ron, as usual, got up super early and was training.
Always, especially at this time.
Yeah. So, Ron, as you woke up this morning, you saw a bit of a fight going on between Sarah and Floor.
Okay.
Sarah is still very upset with Floor about going after Aranel.
Okay.
She is upset because she's worried about Floor. She's worried that Aranel could hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
But having been there yourself, did you get the sense at all that Aranel wanted to hurt her?
No, not especially.
So, how would you react to that?
Not to the fight that she thought was gonna hurt her.
Yeah.
He'd probably just watch, wouldn't say anything unless he was called. It's not his problem they're dealing with.
Yeah, I guess you probably wouldn't want to get involved when a married couple are arguing.
No. He may have been there, but like, not something he cares about, especially. If they're going to criminalize or demonize someone, then they're going to demonize someone regardless of whether he tries to cut in.
Okay. That went on for quite a bit, and then Sarah kind of walked off in a huff, and you saw her heading in the direction of the exit to the city, like she was heading out into the woods.
Okay. Oh, sorry, who did I see heading off to the woods?
Sarah.
Okay. I can't remember. That's not the assassin, is it?
No. Sarah is... Sarah's an archer. She's the one with the bow on her back.
Ah, okay. I guess Ron would follow a bit. Like, not trying to be stealthy or anything. So if she looks back, she'd see him. But mostly just trying to see if she's got any sort of training regimen.
Sarah
But
turns
she's
around.
competing, right?
No. Sarah turns around and says, "And what do you want?"
Noticed the fight you were having earlier.
Yeah, you could have gotten her killed.
I did warn her that trailing the assassin was a bad idea. She would have done it with or without me.
I suppose it's better that she brought you along.
Indeed.
I don't get what she's trying to do. People have to want to change. Aranel does not want to change.
From what I got of the situation, it did seem like she regretted how things played out.
And what did you get of the situation?
Who? Sorry, let me think of how he'd respond. Hmm. Oh god, sorry, my brain's not working. Give me a moment.
Sure. We can come back to you.
Yes, please do.
Ada, what are you doing this morning?
Hmm. Um. hmm. Admittedly, I have next to no idea because I have no idea what's even available for grabs.
There's coffee and tea at the tavern, at the bar. There's, of course, also booze. So drinking this early in the morning probably isn't the brightest idea.
Albeit nobody said that Ada was exactly the brightest one, or the one that gave the most shit. So why the hell not?
So Ada's drinking. So
Yeah,
you
but
see
also
Ada
just as a
drinking at the
general
bar.
Yeah, more or less just seeing what else is kind of like happening around her as kind of like she's taking this time to, I guess you'd say, relax as she tries to fully wake up.
Okay, so Selma, you see Ada drinking at the bar.
I think Soma will fix her up a plate from the buffet, which I've just decided there's a buffet at this tavern. And we'll bring you over.
Yeah,
bring
totally.
you over a plate.
There would totally be a buffet at this time during the championship games. There's all kinds of decorations up and everything. Everyone's excited for the games.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess you'd say, if anything, Ada is just joining the revelry. Yeah, but it's like when you slide the plate over to her, like, Ada just kind of looks at you and
And at
smiles.
this buffet, you'll Soma, you would find all kinds of dishes from all over the world. There's, of course, the most prominent dishes here are from Olympus, but there's dishes from Almana, there's dishes from Atlantia, there's also dishes from Highwind, and which you would know definitely are, there's a selection of dishes from the Quartic Islands.
Ada, are you giving off the vibe that you are joining the revelry or that you're trying to wake up?
If I were Ada, I would try and do a bit of both, but leaning more towards the revelry.
And Soma will not. Soma was going to fix you a plate if you looked like you were just kind of struggling to wake up. But if you look like you're already having a good time, you don't need my help. All back to you.
But nonetheless, nice to meet you, dear lady. Name's Ada. Oh, you can just call me Ada. My name's Adeline. Not sure why you would call me by the phone name. Most people just know me as Ada.
So Ada's just greeted Zoe.
Yep.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet you. I gather you're part of this whole crew.
Ada just gives kind of like a slight nod as she has kind of like, I guess you'd say, the typical monkey smile on her face.
Yeah. Crystal is kind of sitting there at the table, and she says, "Oh yeah, Ada owes me for crashing the 4-wheeler a few dozen times."
Hey, I didn't crash it. It was only a little beaten up. And besides,
A
what else would you
little,
expect?
a
I'm
little.
terrible at directions.
According to Rude, it's going to take weeks to fix it.
I offered to drive.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's at least repairable.
Yeah, but it was funnier to let the old lady drive.
I at least got that part of it right.
Crystal turns to Zoe and says, "Do not ever let Ada drive anything."
And just
Especially
Ada just
nothing that is Wayfire Society.
And just Ada kind of leans back a bit after he's there. She's kind of like stretching a little bit. Yeah, I'm terrible with directions. So don't tell me which. Tell me which way is left and right. I can't tell place forward and back.
Perfect. You can be our guide for when we go to the primal woods.
Left is left and right is right.
Crystal says, no, do not let her guide you anywhere.
When best steel, right is always right. Rat does the holds out 2 fingers thing.
I wouldn't trust her with a compass.
But that's one way to remember it, yeah.
I wouldn't trust Ada with a compass.
What's that supposed to mean?
Believe it means that she would not trust you with a compass.
I think you're hurting her feelings. You know what they say about bullying the elderly? I mean the youngerly. I mean the. You're very nice looking, Ada.
You're gonna call me fucking old?
I'm just saying.
Crystal,
that whatever.
Crystal pulls Rat's ear and says, "Shut up while you're not ahead."
I'm trying to save myself.
I was about to say, if anything, he's more like a tail. Jeez, but that out of the way. Nice. Wait.
While we're on the topic, though, Crystal, are you aware of the job for the Primal Woods?
I'm aware of it.
Have you noticed the similarities?
To what?
To our previous job, in which Xulgoth ended up stealing something while we were investigating murders, in which we got the information from someone who had recently made a breakthrough while stuck in an asylum.
Well, I can promise you, Xulgoth has absolutely nothing to do with the Primal Wood.
So,
I
what
do
does
not
that
believe he is the cause of the issue in the Primal Wood, but perhaps the cause of the one in an asylum getting information.
I can promise you, Xulgoth has absolutely nothing to do with that situation.
Would you want to bet on that?
Yes.
All right, then. Rat will give her 20 gold pieces. All right, then. Up front, I will give you 20. And if Xulgoth is a reason this, you owe me 40 gold by the end of this. By the end of this case, deal.
Deal.
He extends his hands upward as she's still pulling his ear.
She lets go of your ear. Deal.
All right, deal.
Is there anything here that Xulgoth might try to steal or otherwise?
For that, you would have to ask Lady Fiore.
Where is she?
At this hour, probably at the Capitol building.
Bastille gets up and starts walking.
Hold on, wait. Wait. Red is like he's like torn between like asking Crystal about her ideas on the primal woods. I'm gonna flip a coin. All right, let's see. Heads, Bastille, tails, Crystal. And looks like Bastille and Red are adventuring for the day. Red is gonna like grab his hat that he left on the counter and puts it back on, and then just rushes after Bastille. You got little legs. I got little legs. I can't run that fast. Hold still, please.
Does Soma or Zoe want to follow? Does Ada?
Yeah,
I think
hey,
Soma will
Ada's
follow.
also just like trying to catch up and want to see what the fuck is gonna happen because she just thinks that this is a sketch.
Okay. So Soma's
Wait,
going to follow.
remind me,
Ada's going to follow.
why is Bastille running off? What was the question Bastille asked right before they ran off?
He's going to go search for Lady Fiore to see if she knows anything about what Xulgoth might be after here in Olympus, if anything.
Okay.
Okay, he is
Yeah.
he is still under the impression that this is somehow related to Xulgoth with all the similarities. Whether it is or not, who's to say? But like, just the fact that like suddenly someone who had been stuck in asylum for who knows how long recently got new information truly out of nowhere doesn't vibe well with him.
Okay, you might have been a little bit confused about order of events. Ruva was put into the mental hospital because he was raving about how his sister wasn't dead.
And the other guy got put into a mental hospital while investigating murders or whatever related to Xulgoth. But both were in a mental hospital when they suddenly had a new revelation of information after...
No, Ruva hasn't had any new revelation of information. You're a little
The new
confused there.
We haven't
Information.
we haven't talked to
before
him.
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't talked to him yet, so we have no idea if he got any new revelations. All we know is just that man went crazy one time. He's spouting nonsense.
Or at least, according to everyone else, it's nonsense because everyone else believes firmly that his sister is dead. But you know how it is. When you have this very strong feeling that your missing family member is alive, you latch onto that.
Nope, Bastille can't say he knows how that is.
Of course not.
Man, now that you point that out, I think Rev will probably stick back and talk with Crystal about the following of the case now that I actually think about it.
Okay. Will Selma go along? Probably keep us still out of trouble.
Soma will go along to assist Bastille.
And keep him out of trouble.
Bastille doesn't get into trouble. Bastille solves mysteries.
That's debatable. Is Ada going along to cause trouble? Where is Ada?
Lost them in the war.
Lost.
They were a good fighter. It's like I can hear them right now.
What?
What is Ada doing? What is Twilight doing?
Oh wait, I legitimately zoned out for a bit. And,
Wow.
and I did not really know that I only put 1E instead of 2E. I probably forgot which session I was in.
Well, that's your problem.
So essentially, what's going on is Bastille and Soma are gonna go talk to Fiore to be like, "Hey, we think Xulgoth might cause trouble here. Do you have any information on that?" And Rad is gonna stick around with Crystal and talk to her about a side case that we might investigate. And Ron is off. And Ron
Ron
is
finally
off.
figured out what the fuck to say.
Rod is out in the woods with Sarah.
Mhm.
Jesus, I'm really here. It's like I think Ada would more or less be kind of in the process of trying to kind of like sober back up so that she doesn't do something that dumb.
And Coldra, I have no idea what he's doing. And
maybe
Duty as
that's
well. I
why.
forgot he exists.
I would like to forget Duty exists.
Like,
I don't know. Where is Duty? That's up to you.
Busy. Not in the campaign right now.
You made him. You have a duty to attend to duty.
No.
Why does that
Okay,
sound
but
like
still, you could have a
monkey?
story point. I thought Duty was going to be involved in the tournament.
Oh, Ron was going to be involved in the tournament. But
Both of them were.
Yeah, so did I.
I honestly thought Duty was only going to be played until the remaster ended, until the playtest ended.
Where did you get that idea?
I have no idea.
Bruh. You think a character just ceases of existence? You think they just turn into dust?
You stop taunting me.
I know, but Binary is still playing Coldra, so.
Yeah.
Sai, did you say that
What?
Ron had figured out what
Yeah.
how to reply to Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to Ron.
When asked what he saw, he would say, "One who has lost her path and afraid of finding it again. Another who wants to put back together a bond that broke a long time ago."
My cousin is lost? Doesn't sound like her.
When's the last time you spoke with her?
Years ago.
It's more than enough time for one to lose their way.
Arinel's always been stubborn. More stubborn than me.
So then, wouldn't it be likely that she'd try to hide that if she didn't know what she was doing? Look more confident than she feels.
I guess she might put up a front.
I'd say that it might be likely. If you want to get a better opinion of her, what she's been doing, might be good to talk to her. Your family, after all. Wouldn't it be good to stick together?
I don't know.
Mhm. I'd try it before coming to conclusions too quickly about her.
If you don't mind, I think I'd rather be alone.
I understand. And he'll just walk back to the tavern.
Okay. So, what is Zoe going to do?
I think Zoe is sticking around with Rat and I guess Coldra and possibly Ada and Crystal and just like listening to Rat's questions about the Primal Forest thing. Primal Woods? Primal Woods.
Yeah, Primal Woods. And
Okay.
Beauty's around here as well, I guess.
So, what Crystal knows about the Primal Wood is she's heard of rumors of a witch haunting the Primal Wood for generations. What she knows of the original case is Ruva's little sister, Arya, disappeared when she went to the Primal Wood as part of a wood elf camping trip, which is something that Woodland Galvaran do every summer. And when the Spirit Bureau at the time went to the Primal Wood to search for Arya and the other missing campers, what she knows is they encountered some really spooky stuff. She knows that they constantly encountered something out there with red eyes that kept leading them astray. They found this really beat up, rundown shack in the middle of the Primal Wood that they concluded had to have been. Yes, exactly. Exactly, El. That was a little bit what they kind of encountered out there. It was really spooky as shit. She doesn't know much more about it other than that. She also knows that Soma has a journal that Crystal had found in the ruins of the Almanan Library. And she actually had given that journal to Bifrost, but she believes Bifrost must have left it in the library, and that's why Soma has it now. She doesn't know a whole lot about it. She knows that a couple were really spooked by the experience and didn't really want to go back. But she knows that the case was kind of left unresolved.
Okay. Okay, do we have copies of the journals, or is there only just the single journal that Soma has in their possession right now?
It's just the single journal that Soma has in her possession.
Unfortunate. Okay. Rat would basically get like a piece of paper and then like lay it down, like those giant like map papers that you can get.
Okay.
He's gonna like grab one, I guess, nearby, and then lay it down. He's gonna ask Crystal basically, essentially, like from memory, what she remembers, draw up a map of what the Primal Woods will look like. Or like is Zoe?
She actually does. She actually does you one better. She directs you to the Evergreen City Library, where you can actually get a map of Olympus.
Sweet. Okay. And the red is gonna pose another question. He's like, so what are your thoughts on this case that we've got thrust upon us? Do you think we should investigate it right away, or do you think we should focus more on the tournament? What do you think, boss lady? After all, you are our, I guess, boss?
She says, while we're here, you probably shouldn't call me your boss. Or boss lady.
There's a
My
habit
name is Crystal.
of my accent.
My name is Crystal. Right now, consider yourself on vacation. You know what that is, right?
Obviously, I always treat every day like as a vacation. He points to his desk. I mean, to the area he was like that is filled with shot glasses, like empty shot glasses.
Yeah, the bartender's cleaning those up now and glaring at you.
He tips his hat towards the bartender.
Crystal looks back at you. I hope you have the money to pay for that.
I do. There's what I'm going to call a goblin smile that he has right now. You know, like that innocent, smile, but behind it, there's a lot of deception.
Make a deception check.
Oh, absolutely.
Did he trick her? Holy fuck.
I am a master of deception.
So Crystal has known goblins before. She's known goblins before. And
Pretty good roll.
She knows how to see through a goblin's lie. And she says, so you don't.
I absolutely do. He's gonna once again go up to the bartender and then just drop 5 coins. 5 gold coins. I think this will cover my tab and a little bit more in the future, my good bartender.
Make a diplomacy check.
I can't stop winning.
Well, you were able to pull one over on the bartender, not Crystal.
Unfortunate. Hey, but that's the important person I need to pull.
Crystal knows how to see through goblin lies. She's encountered more goblins than just you and the 2 at the ranch. Okay. Zoe, what are you doing?
Well, Coldra's actually going to address Zoe during their squabble.
Do you have a favorite drink?
So he's like a little at a loss for words, kind of looking at this person
10 foot tall.
is 10 feet tall. Like Zoe's used to towering over people because she's 6'6", but is being towered over by a being who is a combination of both like the gods and the villains from every like fairy tale she grew up with her parents telling her, but is just in this bar doing a whole "I'm a simple country automaton" act.
I promise to you, I'm just simply an automaton, my good fellow. Simply an automaton and no more. So Gola. I've never heard of Gola in my life. I'm a Gola to the bar is what I'ma do, I tell you what.
What
That's so
the
good.
hell was that?
So it was beautiful is what it was. So it's like a combination of like confusion and fear and hero worship. It's like
Okay.
the coffee here is good. Coffee here is good.
And the drink's amazing.
What have you been drinking?
Whatever people's favorites are.
So, Cauldra, you can make a perception check.
Sure.
Against Zoe's will DC.
It's not that high.
33.
What? How is my will DC?
It's your
Calculated?
will save at plus 10, so 28.
Okay, yeah, that beats it.
So you can detect a bit of fear plus a little bit of hero worship.
Interesting. You know.
The Brigadier is not impressed, however. The cat's just staring at you like unblinkingly, like cats do.
Does she hiss at him?
No, he's just staring, just doing that stare. I think probably the eyes are pulsing a little. They're doing the getting ready for silly time potentially, but
I know what you are, stare.
In this moment, what is the drink that Zoe would most like to have?
I think more coffee, honestly. Too damn early for this.
So yes, Coldra is pouring from the flask of fellowship while and gets us 4 cups of coffee, as that is the only way he has been having drinks is using this magic flask. He has not bought a single thing at this bar. He's truly just searching for whoever has like the best favorite drink that he likes, and then he's like, I'ma pour drinks for us the entire time I'm here.
What would Colge's favorite drink even be? Oil?
It doesn't come with his favorite drink because it has to be for the person he's pouring for.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but can it work on the opposite side?
Say someone else pours for him.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that first requires him to trust someone else with this flask.
Would he be desperate enough to do it, though?
Time will tell.
Okay.
Coffee.
And then glances to the Brigadier. I assume milk would be what the Brigadier wants most.
You know, cats are actually lactose intolerant.
Well, whatever.
You pour for the Brigadier and it's just blood.
I mean, truly, it's yours to determine. L. Doesn't say I have to pour for people.
Yeah, because you don't know what comes out of it, right? Like it's
correct.
It's truly determined by the person you're pouring for.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I think if you get a dish and you pour for the Brigadier, what comes out is probably like a kind of dark liquid that smells oddly of fish. And the Brigadier jumps down onto the table, purring wildly, and starts doing that like growling drink that cats will do when they're really excited and food hoardy.
Brad will sniff that drink and be like, I think my grandmama used to make that back in the day.
My God.
The cat is given a shot glass of whatever it is in that shot glass.
Like,
We'll
it's
never
like
know.
a shot of catnip.
We will never know.
Granted, because I guess that's up to the DM. Do magic items in this world, like as per like usual, resize to fit the owner?
No.
Okay. Because I was asking because if it had resized, then what would be a shot glass for Coldra would be like an actual glass of a drink for others, considering its size.
Alternatively, if you got the flask from somebody else, it's like a teeny tiny little Barbie bottle for Coldra.
Yeah, really just fucking one drop in and there she goes.
Oh boy. So, Soba and Bastille. And Ada? Did Ada go?
I think Ada went.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay.
You find the Evergreen City Capitol building, where you assume you should find Lady Fiore.
You will knock first.
Bastille knocks on the door.
No, if it is clearly open to the public, then he will enter.
Soma, you can tell that it's open to the public.
Polite.
I suppose. When you enter, you find a receptionist who's looking at you really oddly. Why would you knock?
I was told to knock when entering places.
Right. She's looking at you very oddly.
Where is Lady Fiore?
Lady Fiore, I believe she's in her office, but do you have an appointment?
Where would the office be?
Do you have an appointment?
We don't have an appointment. We met her yesterday, and we have some questions about some incidents in the city that she implied we should come to her with. We can make an appointment, but if she's free, it should be quick.
Make a diplomacy check, Soma.
Boo. Bad.
Do I story point that?
I have no story points now.
You should.
There we go.
There you go.
Worth it.
Totally. She looks at you, Soma, and says, Oh, sure, certainly. Right down that hall, she points down the hall to the right, up the stairs, then down that hall, and the will be the third door on your right.
All right. He starts moving.
Soma follows.
The
Down the-
receptionist is just staring very like confused at Bastille.
Down the hall to the right, up the stairs, down the hall, third door on the right. He got it.
and Soma is trying to follow as best she can.
Yep, trotting along behind.
And Ada's going to get lost.
More than likely, yeah.
Well, luckily we're inside
actually,
the building,
yeah,
so no vehicles to drive.
Ada, make a survival check.
That's so
We'll
mean.
see how badly you get lost.
That's
Funny thing
so
is,
mean.
Actually, really good when it comes to survival.
We'll find out, Zora.
So you you end up actually going completely the wrong direction and end up downstairs in the basement where you find the archives room. And you're like, this isn't right.
Okay, a bit dark. And, where the fuck is the light switch?
Make a perception check.
Thankfully, got low light vision. But I ain't gonna do shit for a bad roll.
You don't find the light switch. You find a stack of books and end up tipping the books over, and it collapses to the floor.
Oh, shit.
I love this.
Okay, we just have to quickly put them back to where they used to be so that nobody knows that this shit
You can try that perception check again after you get the the books set up again.
happened.
Okay. You find some kind of switch. It feels like a switch. You flip it, and you end up accidentally sending one bookcase into another, and there's this loud crash.
Ah, let's play flying panic mode. How the fuck do we repair a bookcase?
Oh my gosh.
You know, really, let's hope that blade geokinesis and blade metal manipulation can help out here. Oh yeah, I don't have all. Fuck.
So meanwhile, back upstairs with Soma and Bastille. So Soma, make a perception check.
Yep.
So Soma, you look around and you're like, "Where's Ada?"
Can I call her up on our Comstones.
You call her up on your comstone, and Ada for a moment is fumbling the comstone and drops it on the floor, and you end up seeing this like stack of 3 bookcases that have crashed together.
And meanwhile, like, if it was possible to heal the audio fluid, you could heal Ada frantically talking in CA.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh no.
And she's kind of like trying to just try and fix the both of those cases with, I guess, the closest thing to geomancy that she has.
Come find us when you're done, I guess. And I'm gonna hang up.
Oh my god.
Just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know. I don't want we are literally in the Capitol building. You got lost in the Capitol and you're somehow somewhere else that like is probably not legal for you to be. So I'm going to maintain plausible deniability so I can get you out of jail later.
What? You're just gonna throw our young lady friend in the bus?
I support it.
Yes.
Look,
Just leave without her.
In jail, nobody else will know where we are. If Ada ends up in jail, Bastille and I can get her out.
Jesus. Okay.
Rat, you chose not to come.
Due to bad sense of direction and situational awareness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Bastille can also get themselves out. They'll just create a pass wall and just walk out.
No.
Seriously, I was about to say, if this doesn't become a fucking clip on the channel, I don't know what.
It certainly is. I am planning on clipping
deniability. Name of the game.
I was about to say, like,
yeah, that's going to be the name of the video.
Something like Operation Stock the Shelf.
Everyone, keep a lookout for a video called "Plausible Deniability."
Yeah.
Either that or just call it Operation Hot Topic.
Listen, I thought Rat was gonna be the most like chaotic character. Okay, I guess someone beat me. Jeez.
I was about to say, how did Soma beat you when I'm the one that's ending up doing most of it?
I shot a party member in the butt.
And I'm over here fucking wreaking havoc in a fucking library.
I got shot in the butt.
Okay, so Soma gets a story point, and Ada gets a story point for killing the GM.
Perfect.
It's like, what can I say? Like, just out of character, what can I say? I know how to make a group laugh.
Listen, Twilight, I'm gonna have Rat buy a leash or a whistle for Ada.
I was about to say, good luck trying to pin the damn thing
The
on.
chaotic leading the chaotic.
Like, it's
The reason Rat is
fucking gremlin. It's just going to be the gremlin on the leash meme.
In the land of gremlins, the goblin with a gun is king.
oh, hey.
True.
Once you've been molded by the chaos, you know how to control the chaos.
Oh, jeez. That's like, no.
Okay, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Just like, wait.
Okay, so
You've been laughing so much that I almost fucking upchucked. God damn it.
So, Ada, make a crafting check to try to set up these bookcases the way they're supposed to.
Oh, shit. This is untrained, but untrained improvisation. Go. How in the fuck was that actually a good roll?
29. So, you start to set up the bookcases as they're supposed to with a one penalty because it's dark and you still haven't been able to figure out where the light switch is. And as you do that, you've notice just behind these bookcases is a door that looks kind of odd because it looks different from any door that you've seen around here so far.
Okay, then that is definitely caught our interest. Is it? Wait, does it have like a doorknob or something?
No, actually.
Must be one of those fancy push doors. So well, I guess go over towards it and slightly push it open a bit while trying to peek in. Like, that kind of typical cartoon kind of sneaking spiel of where it's like they just kind of poke their head through the door. So you get what I mean?
So you're going to go up to the door and try to push it?
Yeah, pretty much.
You go up to the door and
peek through it once it's open.
try to push it. Make a thievery check. See how good you are at thievery.
Thievery check?
Yep.
My dice rolls so play following the comedy.
You manage to open this door. And inside, you find a bunch of what look like artifacts. But what really catches your eye is this glass case at the far back of this room. Because it doesn't look like an artifact is in this glass case. It looks like it looks like a map.
What?
And from what you could tell, this map looks like it is of this island. This island off the coast of Olympus. And Ada, do you does your character come from Olympus at all?
I would say that she would have likely visited Olympus a few times, but not as her hometown.
You've heard of this island, and you believe it's called Oak Isle. And this map actually looks like a treasure map.
Oh god, so how the fuck do I bring this thing along without them actually knowing?
Oh god. So, once again, Ada causing trouble.
Yeah, because needless to say, I don't think Ada would have the best sense of directions when it came to even her own written directions. She would easily forget which way the drawing is supposed to be in the first place.
You could use your camera and take a picture of it.
You know, that's probably a smaller idea than what Ada was going to do. That's the point.
Well, we'll go with what Ada's going to do because that's just character. When in doubt,
Jesus.
go with what the character would do.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not the best idea.
And I was about to say, I guess in this case, the closest thing that she could do would be to potentially try and do a pseudo engraving of the map onto a shield. They basically kind of like copy the map, but it has kind of like a marking on a shield.
Or would Ada actually try to break this glass case open and steal it?
I don't think she would necessarily directly go for the break. If anything, she would actually try and be sneaky about it for once.
Okay. Make a thievery check.
Come on, dice, don't let me down.
Nat 20, nat 20.
That's definitely not a nat 20.
It's like, if anything, I'm just tempted to like use a story point on this just to see how the fuck it goes down.
Okay.
I willed it into existence. You're welcome, Twilight.
With a critical
This is just out of
success.
character. That is my luck in a nutshell.
With a critical success. You managed to get the glass case open and snatch the map without setting off the alarm.
Let's go. Possible deniability.
Okay.
Admittedly, I did not expect that to actually fucking work. I was just doing the fucking roll to see what would have happened.
As you turn around, you notice that the door has shut behind you.
Oh, that isn't ominous at all. Yeah, but just as a bit of a precautionary measure, just in case things are already going to go south, she'll bring up her olden armor, just in case.
Okay. Side case 2 Operation Saving the Old Cat Lady. Or just old lady. I'm a genius! Oh no!
If anything, that's my fucking luck in a nutshell. Just me, I'm a genius. My dice. Oh no.
So, how are you going to get this door open? Again, without setting off alarms.
Oh, jeez. I think this is where I'm actually gonna have to get a bit creative here. Since Ada has access to the ale element gate, would it be possible for her to use aeromancy to, I guess you could say, open the door from the other side?
To use wind?
Yeah, or the equivalent of kind of like ale manipulation, thanks to the ale gate.
You're not sure that would actually work here.
Okay then. Wait. Does there seem to be a secondary exit?
Secondary exit.
Like a
No.
way out besides the door that she
No.
came through?
Nope.
Hmm. Then I guess in this case, the armor won't actually be needed for this, I think.
Ada's going to have a bad time.
'Cause I am trying to think things.
Think things through. Isn't that Ada's not exactly strong suit?
Yes, I'm trying to think things through, even though I'm an idiot.
Wait, you can think?
That's my motto.
Ida can think?
It's like she can, she just prefers not to.
Interesting.
Very.
Oh, geez, but here I actually don't know what to do.
Well, you do always have the phone a friend lifeline.
You're fucking.
Goodness.
You don't have the ask the audience lifeline here because there's no audience.
He's like just out of character. How the fuck have I came in here and always stolen the show in like what my sixth session since I've been here?
It's it
I
happens.
think it's a bit more than that.
Like either way, like I think it's been like less than 10 sessions since I've joined. Yeah, I've already somehow stolen the show and made a freaking one with it.
Oh no.
Ah, jeez.
So, well, Ada thinks things through. Out of
Did phone
character.
a friend mean we could offer suggestions out of character, or was that literally you have your comm stone, you could call someone?
Yes. You have your comm stone. You could call Soma or something.
Unironically, if Ada calls Rat is not an expert. He's trained in thievery. So unironically, I think my character would have the best chance of breaking them out. But then again, he is right in front of the boss lady. So
Hey,
Not the best idea.
Yeah, I locked myself in the basement of the Capitol building. Can you come get me?
yeah, right in front of Crystal. She's like, "Oh yeah, I could break you out right there. No jiffy." And she's like, "What?"
No, I'm
Yes.
specifically imagining
that-
calling Crystal to come get you.
Oh.
All right.
too.
All right. Vacation cancelled.
Literally just my freaking decision to go for escapades and going full blade the comedy of I don't know where I'm going. Ended up with fucking this.
Hey, but you found a cool secret room.
Yeah, that is a fair point. Like, if anything, this is all according to Keikaku.
Got this
Wow.
one's plan.
Wow.
I chose a perfect dude.
Like, this is just turned into a meme episode. God damn it.
That's every episode.
Every episode.
But
No,
this is
I think this one
especially a
is
meme
more
episode.
memey than usual.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
we have sufficiently tripled our meme intake a la Monsters Inc. at the end of the movie.
So, well, Crystal's real reaction, if you were to call Rat or even her real reaction would be, "Oh, great, the tribunal all over again."
Oh, this has happened before. Okay.
Yeah, she's used to this. She's used to adventurers doing stupid things.
You think she would stop hiring adventurers at this rate?
And,
Unfortunately, that's what the Whitefire Society is. Unfortunately, that's what the Whitefire Society is a guild for adventurers, so it's just something she has to get used to.
Crystal is the epitome of that meme of like, oh, Kermit's the most even-keeled Muppet. How does he work with all of the other Muppets? And it's like, Kermit hired all of them. Like, what does that say about Kermit?
I don't think you were going to talk about the freaking dog comic freaking meme.
Okay.
No, this is Crystal is Kermit.
Yeah. So this is what happens. Ada calls
the frog here.
Ada calls Crystal. Crystal says, "Oh, great, it's the tribunal all over again." Ira hears this and she says, "Okay, I'll get together with Elsa and we'll go get Ada." And Chloe says, "You will do no such thing."
Listen. I don't. You need to get a leash for Ada or a whistle to call her back if she gets lost.
Yeah, but even then, if you go for the whistle,
and
like,
Crystal says, "Ira, the last thing I need is a report in the newspaper saying that Evergreen City has just got hit with the next ice age."
what?
This is a place of plants and stuff. Oh my goodness.
Wait, boy.
Because Ira is an ice sorceress, Elsa's an ice sorceress too. They both do ice magic.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh,
I hate that it took me this long to pick up the fucking joke.
I was gonna say something.
Where's your
stu-
problem?
I'm gonna say something stupid. You know, I think the cold is gonna bother everyone in this city.
Crystal looks at Rat. You stay out of it too.
Oh. I have just been here asking questions this entire time. All I've been doing was nothing. How dare you dishonor my name? And like while he's saying this, he was already in the process of like trying to skedaddle, slip out unknown. Like he's trying to use Culture's hulking frame to like get out of the scene. He's like under.
Your air conditioner actually interfering with your mute now?
No, I was just saying the angry face was a joke because I'm laughing. It's been a day. Ada's been having
Yeah, it's like, this
Let's
has
start
been
off with the
one
drunk
day.
Ada introducing herself to Zoe. So Crystal is like, how am I going to get this one out of this mess she's created for herself? I'm not exactly sure if our adventure insurance covers legal troubles.
Would Zoe know?
Actually, my
You can go ahead and roll a check. Go ahead and roll a legal lore check.
I have underworld lore. Would that help out around here?
Roll a check to read your insurance policy.
23. Zoe, you're relatively sure it's not covered.
Congrats, Zoe. You're fluent in legalese.
Because you're relatively sure there's actually a clause in the policy that states that adventurers being stupid is not covered.
Yeah, most policies have clauses specifically excluding adventuring.
Well, that's if you're looking at the fine details. If you look at the underlying text, it says that you can get them out of trouble. Just don't let people know you're getting them out of trouble.
Extra judiciously.
Crystal, at this point, dismisses herself and says, Ira, Elsa, Koi, Rat, however you get Ada out of this one, don't tell me. And she leaves the room.
Well, at least we're glad Bastille wouldn't be around here. I think the lug nut himself would have said everything.
So, Rat, you're left to figure this out with Koi, Ira, and Elsa.
And Zoe.
Hey, Coldra. And Coldra.
And Zoe. Okay, and Zoe.
And Coldra, if he wants to take part of this side case.
We have another side case.
Oh.
Yeah, that was me earlier. The case of the locked basement.
Yeah.
It's a locked room mystery. Of course. The best kind of mystery. The case of the owl in the basement. Locked room mysteries are the best, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. Especially, by the way, can I buy, before we go anywhere, can I go to the bartender and ask him, hey, you got like a leash on sale that I can buy? Or at least a whistle of some kind?
The bartender says, I think you have me confused with the item shop vendor down the road.
No. I'm asking you if you know where they are, where I could get them.
He says, go down that street, turn right, then turn left, then turn right, then left.
Okay, I will remember that directions. Anyway, Zoe, do you remember that directions?
Was it right or was it left?
I can't tell my left to my right. I have to open up my fingers to tell which way to go. I can't read.
No, it was left. No, we're sure it was right.
Okay, thank you. And he pulls up his two fingers, puts them in an L. Okay, this. Eldro, you know which one's right, which one's left. I can't tell.
Uldra's not participating in breaking somebody out. He's a Gola. He don't need that kind of heat.
Good. I'm alright. He's gonna talk to Zoe. Zoe, you know which way is left and right?
I think Zoe's too
Sure.
busy
Yes.
laughing.
And then Zoe's guidance really goes to the item shop and that's like, hello there, purveyor of fine establishments and solar fine quality items. I'm here for a leash or a whistle, actually both.
Your voice is getting kind of muffled.
Oh, apologies. How about now? How does it sound?
That's better.
Okay, thank you. Did you hear what I said?
No.
Okay. Fine purveyor of fine goods and quality materials or whatever else you sell. I'm in here for a quality leash and or whistle. Actually, how about both? Like a leash that has some length to it, like as long as it can go, and a whistle that is, I guess, qualified to get a cat's attention or an owl cat's attention. I don't know what this thing is.
So they're like confused and they just point.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just gonna get this whistle and this leash over here. How much would that cost me?
About 4 gold pieces.
He will give him 5. As the extra gold piece is a tip. Thank you very much. Now, we like as soon as we leave like the item shop, Rad is gonna like talk to everyone like of the group, to Kwai and Zoe and I think Ira and Elsa as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And Koi.
what's the plan? Yeah, and Koi. So what's the plan? What do we got? Like, do we got Zoe? Do you know what the Capitol building is like? Or anybody, I guess, around here know what it's like?
Would I?
Make a legal lore check.
Sure thing, boss.
A little bit. You know a little bit of the building. You're unsure about the basement though. To tell you the truth, you had no idea there was even a basement.
Oh no! What
I
have we got?
I split up my 2 characters in completely the wrong the wrong sides. Soma would be way more useful for this.
Don't worry, you have a rat that's good at all the charlatan type of things. Okay, so it's okay. So a basement wasn't revealed to the public. So that means either Ida got herself, either she is really lucky or she is real misfortunate. That's a bad
Probably
thing.
a little bit of both.
Perfect.
Iris
Okay.
says, why don't Elsa and I just turn the building into an ice palace?
Because they might assume. I mean, Zoe, are you the legal expert here around these points? Like, are you a qualified lawyer?
I- I'm not a lawyer. I'm just uh I I work in contract negotiation. So there's you know, there's some things that I'm good at, but general law not so much.
Okay. So, in your contracts, would that, if someone were to attack your building, would that be considered a act of terrorism, or would it be considered as an act of personal attack?
Yeah, probably the latter.
You see, that's why we don't want to freeze the Capitol building. Plus, don't we got two? Plus, don't we have three friends in there? If we freeze the Capitol building, they'll also be frozen as well.
Good point. Man,
Yeah,
why do you always have to ruin our fun?
hey, listen.
At that
Listen, you see
point,
that?
wait. At that point, Koi smacks her on the back of her head.
I was going to suggest that random tree over there. Maybe you turn that into a frost tree? I don't know. That doesn't look like anybody's bothered if that thing got frozen.
Koi actually takes Ira by her arm and says, I'll keep my fiance under control.
Tip's hat smiles, but behind the smile, Rat is screaming internally. Have a nice day, Koi.
I have no mouth, but I must scream.
Exactly. Okay. So I guess.
So
man.
now you just have Elsa with you.
Yeah,
Koi
I
is taking Ira
forced her.
away because she wants to keep her fiance out of trouble, which is very
Okay.
understandable.
How about the three of us go into the Capitol building and just like pretend we're tourists? Well, actually, me and Elsa can pretend we're tourists, or you can pretend you're showing us around, and then we'll accidentally stumble into the basement. Does that sound like a good plan, Zoe? Unless you're fine with taking some of the heat. And in that case, I'll come up with a different plan. Anyways, I apologize for dragging you into our problems. You are a complete bystander.
We can certainly try that. There's your other two friends, they're already in there, right?
Yes,
The robot? Robot?
the robot and the robot and the nice
And
The
nice
ribbit.
wish lady.
The ribbit.
with the fox?
The
Yeah.
ribbit.
Yeah, the robot and the nice fox lady. Yeah.
Okay.
Could they help here at all?
Well, they're busy trying to get information. I think it would be personally rude to interrupt what they're doing. Plus, I think Bastille would probably not even be interested in this. That person is a commitment to his cause type of deal. Once he set his mind on doing one thing, he will do everything in his power to do that one thing. And I believe Soma is there to make sure Bastille don't break a wall. If you catch my meaning. Unless we come up with a lie to Bastille, but then again, I don't like lying to friends. And be like, oh, Xulgoth is under in the basement.
Elsa says, this one has the perfect idea. At this point, you're a little scared. So the idea is Zoe is going to show Rat and Elsa around the Capitol building, act like a tour guide, right?
Yes.
So you go over to the Capitol building, and Elsa picks up Rat and is like kissing you and everything. And basically she's acting like you're her lover. And so you're supposed to be acting like you're a couple. And
how tall is she?
Much taller than you.
Okay.
About 5'8".
Oh yeah, that's like 3 feet taller than me. I'm like 2 inches or 3 inches, somewhere around there.
So Zoe is showing around a couple, a very odd couple, a saber tooth and a goblin.
The world's best couple in the world. Let's go. What's Zoe's reaction be to this like unprompted like script change?
This is the first day Zoe has met any of you. For all she knows, this is just how it is. She's a subcontractor, man. She's not. This is no.
I mean, Rat's just a guy from the south.
She's got a totally different day job.
Yeah.
So Zoe is like, okay, that's a thing.
And keep in mind, this is also like Rat's second meeting of Zoe, and the second time they met and actually interacted, they're now kissing each other, like pretending they're this cool lover. It's just like, bruh.
Elsa.
What?
Yeah,
Also,
this was the second time he's met Elsa.
Yeah. What we do to save our fellow adventurers, fellas. Try to find yourself a party
Indeed.
like this.
Indeed. So back with Ada. Ada, what in the world are you doing?
Is that you think I know what I'm doing?
No, but I asked anyway.
I was about to say, like, I'm guessing that we already did the phone a friend call, making hotline.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so
that's
the
why.
middle. Sorry.
That's why we have this scene upstairs.
Yeah, essentially Rat or Crystal picked it up, and then now we have this scene. And then I guess during now, Rat would be like reaching for his like communication stone in the middle of Elsa's barrage of kisses. And he's just gonna be like in the middle, like, we are on our way.
The receptionist is giving you the weirdest look, but it just returns to what she's doing. because she knows Zoe. The receptionist knows Zoe, so she's like, okay, this is just a tour for a couple. A very, very, very odd
I
couple.
wave cheerfully and wink at her as we walk by. Next Friday,
There'll
Sharon,
be a-
right?
Indeed.
There'll be a slight scream of "Help me!" Like above board, this is Rat's like first time ever experienced like an affectionate moment, and I'm so I'm so happy.
The receptionist-
a comedic moment like this.
The receptionist calls back to Zoe. I would hate to see how they are in the bedroom.
Oh my!
We're gonna report her.
Jeez, like as a funny friend of mine occasionally says, "Oh my stars and stripes."
What is Zoe's reaction to that?
I just said it.
What was it?
Oh.
We're gonna have to report you to HR for that, Sharon.
Okay.
She smirks and waves at you.
Gee.
All right. So how do we find the entrance of the basement? Is it a perception check or?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. Also, don't fail us now. Oh. A.
Zoe has no idea, but
Fun on the 17 before landing on the 3. So
but
rude.
Rat is like Rat knows where it is, but he's currently getting barraged with kisses from Elsa.
He's gonna point to where the door is.
The especially funny thing is Elsa's a saber tooth, right?
Yes. Gives
So
me
is
a
this just,
goblin.
In terms of the mechanics of how that works, is she just like grooming him?
Yeah. A little bit.
Oh. Yes, I was right with that. That is. Okay. So in the middle of being like licked by their saber, he's like pointing to where it is. He's gonna look at the brigadier and be like, "Can you help me? Like, what does this mean?" He's staring at the brigadier like, "I don't know what this means."
Brigadier just blinks slowly at you. Yawns, his mouth full of sharp teeth.
And Elsa stops for a second and says, "This one thinks you should take a bath."
Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick.
Uh-oh.
Just this is for my personal reason. Okay. Yep, okay. Oh no. Essentially what that D20 was to be like, oh, what would Rat actually think? But like, does he think this is for real? Or do he think this is fake? He 100% thinks Elsa's genuinely being like interested in him. So this is gonna be funny.
Oh my
Hey.
gods.
I'm assuming Zoe opens the door to like the basement area.
Yeah, as soon as you find it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna point to it. while being licked. Like, how does Elsa lick? Like is she like carrying me like a child and then licking me in her arms? Okay.
I never knew this was even here. I opened the door.
Brad is gonna like try to say in the middle, like, yeah, that's because you don't have the eyes of a. It just keeps on getting interrupted.
We head down into the basement. And once we're like out, once we're past the door, I'll say to Elsa, "You can probably let him down now."
Elsa does, and then she taps Rat on the shoulder, and Rat, you feel like a shivering down your body. You feel like she almost turned you to ice.
Is that so? That was that. I mean, let's just focus on the job right now.
Certainly.
First time Rat could speak.
Certainly. This one is sorry for the ice in your hair.
Oh, I'm bald. Takes off hat.
And there's some ice cubes that fall from your hat.
Ah. No wonder why I was feeling a little chilly up there. Puts hat back on. All right. So I have dark vision as a goblin. How about the other two? Can they see in the dark?
Let's see here.
Oh, I have the light vision.
I don't think so, but I'm pretty sure I have a torch. Looks like I have a torch. Yeah, I specifically didn't grab the investigator's kit because Zoe is not technically an employee of the Hidden Archives.
Yet.
So I just have a torch.
Oh, hold on,
Yet.
so before you light, you might not want to light up a torch right now while we're in the area that's hidden off. They might have cameras in here that can see us.
That's a good point.
Listen, he's gonna like reach his hand and like his tiny little goblin hands into Zoe's hair, and then just later on like
We're just ratatouilleing Zoe through the basement. The brigadier jumps off of Zoe's shoulder with like a complaining yowl. Walks, forward. Because I'm sure Nakos have.
Sabretooth also have dark vision.
Good. I'm glad that Pathfinder fixed this error. That
Sabretooth, I actually designed it before before Catfolk was ever released.
Oh, that's
Excuse
cool.
me. So, what did they do with Catfolk?
What did they do?
Catfolk have low light vision. So there's the difference between Catfolk and Sabretooth.
That and the big
Anyway,
teeth
so you're
Sabretooth have.
Zoe through the basement, and yeah, do we find the secret door and all of the knocked over shelves?
Make perception checks.
Okay.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Through the archives. Secret
Yeah.
tunnel.
So that's 31. Zoe? Let's see if Zoe gets better.
Because I can't see anything. Oh wait, no, I have dark vision. It says it right here. I was
Okay.
looking in the wrong place.
Oh,
I'm
please.
just letting you do this. I'm just letting you do this because it
And
seems
that's a
like it
critical
makes you feel
success.
better.
That's a critical success.
I mean, like,
Zoe
if
sees it.
does
Zoe sees it before Rat does.
I mean, like, so like, while Rat is guiding Zoe around,
So we
there you
just
go.
head straight to the secret door.
Zoe just thought Rat needed the swim.
Exactly.
Well, we could see in the dark. Why was I holding your hand and guiding you? Okay.
It seemed like you needed something to hold on to. I wasn't.
Listen, just because I got held by an extremely lovely looking saber, I mean,
It's called being a cheeky bitch.
anyways, let's just go on and save our old lady. I mean, young lady. I mean, I think at this point, Ada can hear us talking. Can she?
Yes.
And Ada would more or less just kind of respond to that bit of, in case you need to know my name, in case you need to know my fucking age, it's play young for, I guess you'd say, Fey equivalents.
I mean, how old are you?
Like, out of character, I
Yes.
really have no idea how Fey age compared to human ages.
I'm a
Why
goblin.
didn't you look at the Fae then?
Yeah, I'm a goblin, bro. We live till like we're 3. Like the oldest living one is probably 10. I'm assuming.
Check out world.mystimonsaga.com. Link in the description below.
Sponsored by Mystimon Saga.
Hey, typically reach adulthood around 120
I thought it was.
years of age.
But I was about to say, like, if you were trying to say human years, Ada would be somewhere within the early 20s.
Oh, so
Oh.
you're like 125.
Ah, I see 125. I see. Well, my kind can only live for, like, if we're lucky, 3 years old before we just do something stupid and die.
Meanwhile, Rat is having an affair with the Sabertooth.
Oh no. Okay. So we see like this glass cage, correct? Or area?
You have to open the door first.
Oh crap.
So
You
make
can
a
do it.
thievery
You can
check.
do this. This is why we brought you.
Oh.
I can't.
Yeah, I got this. I got this. Listen, I have a plus 18. I got this. I thought I
31.
rolled a 1.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious if it was a 1.
Oh, that would have been like, that was way too close to one.
So you managed to open the door and let Ada out.
And then right when Ada's like gonna walk past me, he's gonna do that Superman meme of where that one villain walks past him. He's gonna grab her by the hand. Before you go past me, I gotta do something.
Oh gods.
He's gonna put. He's gonna. Okay, so Seth or Twilight, how do you want to do this?
What?
You
What
think
are
I
you
fucking
doing?
know?
I have no idea what you're doing.
Exactly. I'm gonna try to put the leash on Ada.
Okay.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
a thievery
if
check.
anything, like, she's like
Make
right
a
over
thievery
there. She's
check.
really confused as to what you're trying to do at first.
make a thievery check. 30. Against Ada's perception DC. What is Ada's perception?
Ada's perception modifier is plus 19.
So 29. You just managed to do it.
Oh my goodness. So like what Ada hears is like she hears like I'm assuming she wears like a cloak or a necklace of some kind.
I mean, she does have the aerial cloak on, so.
Yeah. So essentially what he does is in like a quick like a way of thievery, like he essentially like clips the leash into the aerial cloak. And then like does Ada try to walk forward or like
Likely a bit, yeah. Well, kind of talking a bit of. Well, I guess during my time in there, I managed to find something that could be useful.
Actually, what did you manage to find around this spot while you were bumbling around in the dark?
At this point, you can see that Ada has kind of like what could be seen as kind of like a lapped up old map or something like that. Before she kind of like carefully kind of opens it so that she could show the other two.
Oh, wow.
Well, well, well.
Oh, my. Well, this is quite the find.
Yeah, what seems like a bloody treasure map.
And this actually might be useful to us. We just got to keep this hidden from our friends. And by that, I mean Crystal.
Then comes the question of how do we exactly keep this a secret until they find out about it?
Well, how about we just hide in one of our pockets, and if people ask questions, we don't answer them and just pretend that we were lost looking for the bathroom or something like that.
I was about to say, like, aren't you really good at hiding things in your small satchel?
He's gonna look up at her and just like, how dare you assume I have that kind of reputation? But you know what? You are correct in that assumption. So I will try to hide this piece of paper in my possessions.
Meanwhile,
and you can just feel kind of pump on the overflow, technically collect the best kind.
Meanwhile, with Bastille and Soma upstairs. So, Bastille, I dare I ask, what are you doing?
Knocking on Lady Fiore's door.
You knock on Lady Fiore's door. So you came here just to keep him out of trouble, right?
Or, you know, to smooth things over so Bastille could ask the questions he wants to ask. I'm here for support.
You don't get an answer.
He opens the door.
Oh, gods. The door is locked.
He knocks on the door.
There's no answer.
Third door on the right. Make sure he's up third door at the right. Yep.
Yep.
Are there like name tags on the doors?
Yes.
Is he at the right door?
You can't quite tell it's in Galvarin.
Oh, rats.
Lady Fiore. Hello.
Can I cast message to reach Lady Fiore?
Sure.
Just be, hello, Lady Fiore? We are outside of your office, we think, and we wanted to speak with you. Your receptionist sent us up. It's, Soma and Bastille, who you met yesterday.
Make me a perception check, Soma.
I'm getting worried now.
Gods.
Yeah, pretty much.
Soma, you get a very disturbed feeling that something's wrong. And that is where I'm going to end this session.
Are you kidding me?
That session was a complete shit post.
You can't just have funny ha-ha times and end it with a suspense. I'm gonna come on.
I am fully within my right to end this on a cliffhanger.
Rat dies of ligma.
That is where I am ending this session. It has gotten pretty late. 10 minutes after. Sorry for going a little too late. Catch us next time in 2 weeks on August 8th. And in the meantime, enjoy the Paris Olympics.
Or don't. Like, do what you want.
Yeah.
Yep, sure. Whatever.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, if anything, I'm probably going to be turning out for the night after this. So, as final words for me, live long and shitpost.
You're leashed.
See you next time. I haven't even...
It seems the leash didn't work.
See you next time.
Bye.